gotta kind of hook it into the top once you pull it out. Oh, hold on.
Oh, it goes in both sides.
Yeah, both sides. So, I think we did this backwards. There, you gotta hook it from the front. There you go. And then this little guy.
Wow, that goes deep.
The wiring conduit.
Mm-hmm.
So this plastic conduit here houses the wiring harness, and as you notice, it's got this mesh around it. And what happens from opening and closing the trunk so many times is that friction causes this mesh to start to fray and come apart. And once this mesh breaks and the plastic becomes exposed, the plastic pipe breaks and all the wiring that's in here gets exposed. And when all that wiring gets exposed, the wiring gets mashed back here every time you close the trunk. One time there was water getting in through the taillight, which shorted out the battery and the car wouldn't run. And it actually happened in the parking lot of a shopping complex that had a Mr. Tire. And so I went over to the Mr. Tire.
That is a weird battery.
Yes. So I went over to the shop and told them that I needed a jump, and the guy opened up the hood and was trying to connect the jumper cables to I don't know what, because the battery isn't up there. And I was telling him, no, the battery's in the back, and he was like waving me off. He's like, you don't know what you're talking about. Batteries aren't in the back, batteries are in the front. I'm like, no, this is my car. Let me show you. Yeah, if you get injured. Verbantasch. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. But yeah, all the instructions in here are in German. And they've got it like shaped so it'll fit into that little space into the armrest. I mean, they paid attention to every minor detail with this thing.
One thing, these are not lug nuts. What are these things?
Oh gosh, I couldn't tell you.
These are Allen heads on these. They're studs? Have you ever had to change a tire on this?
I have not.
Never had a blowout?
I've never had a blowout in this car.
It says V8 to remind you.
Yep, and you got your Phaeton badge right there in the dash.
And the sunroof I'm again thinking provincial. I'm thinking there's a handle there. There's no handle.
Twist.
Ah.
It has a few mechanical gremlins. Sometimes the sunroof likes to open by itself without any command from me. Sometimes while it's raining. So that's a fun little quirk.
Now, what do you have to press to just slide the fabric back?
That would be the buttons by the side of the dial.
Uh-huh.
Damn, almost makes me want to take up makeup.
Yeah.
And the light turns on up and down when you do that.
Yep.
Oh, this thing has a little spring release up here, not an entire thing here that just separates.
Yep.
When they say they thought of everything, how do you set the clock?
The clock, you got to go into settings, other functions, time, and adjust it with your dial. And yeah. So what else can I think? Cup holders are spring release with a button.
Whoa!
Rise and lower that way. And in anything later than an 04, in an 05 or an 06, this whole center console is in wood. This part is beige here because it's an 04.
Oh, that's so you can clean them.
Yeah.
All right, so I got these controls down here to my right.
Yeah, I tell people not to do the massage because it's the most weak-ass, disappointing massage you've ever had. It really just inflates an air bladder. If you see the button of the little man sitting with 3 dots behind his back, you push that, and you should feel the air bladder moving to give you lumbar support. And then the switch above it, you can toggle to move it up, down, side to side. You're going to have to move the seat back.
Ooh, that is a lighter door than I was expecting.
Oh, well.
Or maybe gravity, or maybe it's a heavy door and just gravity worked with me.
It's not that heavy, actually. But I'm only 5'6", so yeah, you probably have.
But we're still are we in the DC metro area, or?
We are, where we are right now, we're probably about 10 or 12 miles from DC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this is the outliers area, Lobbyists.
Yes.
I'm assuming something like this would be limited to 155. Not that you would have tested the top speed.
The V8 is, as I understand it, limited to 135.
Oh.
And the W12 is limited to 155.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is quite quiet in here, although it is very quiet in here.
Yes.
It is delightful. Imagine going all the way to... Well, this will be perfect for Florida too, although probably a Lincoln Continental would be much better for Florida. Or name your Cadillac. Like that. That Cadillac. That is what Florida's going to be.
The DTS.
That.
Florida is a lot of like really faded Pontiac Bonnevilles and stuff like that.
So let's get over and maybe here. Nope. Okay, huge blind spot. Gigantic blind spot over there. Am I clear?
You're
okay.
clear.
Okay. Coming across.
You can adjust your mirrors if you need to.
Okay.
When it's safe to do so.
Alrighty. I'm just gonna ask that when you're in a new state. Sometimes it's weird about that. It does not kick down. Ooh, it makes power mid-top. That's interesting. I mean, there was low-end grunt, but it was staying in whatever fifth gear that was. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's in 2. If it stays in 2,
Yeah.
no real difference. Nah, no real difference. I mean, you could hold it there and keep it in the higher gear, but... I guess it has the manual mode there just for a sales purpose.
Yeah. And I
Just
can't
to
imagine
hold it
there are
in
too
gear.
many people who went looking to buy these who
Yeah.
really wanted. Although in Europe, you can get the V6, the base V6 Phaeton with a manual transmission.
Ooh, with all the accoutrements?
No, like you don't get the comfort seats. It's like if you want a bare bones Phaeton, which I don't understand why you would want a bare bones Phaeton.
Man. Turning up the man.
With Dolores.
Yeah.
Oh, I helped my buddy meet his wife that way. He'd forgotten. They'd been talking. He forgot what her name was. I walked up and like, "Hi, I'm Patrick."